Hi, my name is Vamp, and welcome back to another podcast episode. Today we are joined by special guest D.E. Taylor.
Hey, how's it going?
Now, some of you guys may know from listening or watching some of my content, I mention Taylor's name a lot at a passing glance. I usually say Taylor this or Taylor that, or I'm going to go tell Taylor something. But some of you may not know who Taylor is. So, Taylor, if you would be so kind as to explain a little bit about yourself and what you do at DE.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm D.E. Taylor. I'm on the community team. I'm a senior community coordinator at Digital Extremes, and I'm kind of responsible for two main projects: the partner program, which Vamp is part of, and that's why we get to talk all the time, and then also the Tenogen program, which is the program that lets creators make amazing skins, and we add them in game, and they get a little bit of kickback from it. And yeah,
Okay.
that's me.
I've been a partner for a while. I remember when you first took on, I don't know if you were behind the scenes on the partner program a lot, but I remember when you first took over like main role partner program. That's when I
Oh my
first
God, yeah.
officially met you.
Yeah, it was, I think, May 2nd of 2017, so almost 2 years ago,
Yeah,
which is crazy.
it's crazy to think about that.
Yeah, I didn't work on the partner program before that. It was all Drew, who is amazing. I did Tenogen during that time as well, and then I actually did like some social media stuff. I ran our Instagram page, got to look at
Oh,
fan
okay.
art all day, which is cool. And now I get to look at live streams all day, which is also really cool.
I'll be honest, I did not know Wolfman had an Instagram page.
It's all good. We have staff who are doing that now. Taylor, actually, Taylor with an E, who's also on the community team, is helping our social media team with that now, which is pretty cool. So the Taylor
Uh,
baton has been passed on, which is fun.
Now, Taylor with an E, did that ever get confusing in the
All the time.
office?
All the time. We're not allowed to sit near each other because whenever people are talking to us, both
You
of our heads
got.
would turn. Which is great. Especially because like I've been at DE for 3 years now, so this is kind of the first time I've ever had to have someone with the same name as me, and so it's definitely like oh, damn it, like I had it good for so long, and now it's like,
You're
but
just
she's great.
like, hey, can you change your name maybe?
If I had known, I would have gone by something else when I first started here. I would have been King or something, or DET or Tay, or I don't know.
Oh,
But
yeah, I can just see it now. Just call me King.
Gil,
I must
yeah.
be called King.
That's my last name, to be clear. For anyone who's listening, I'm not, that
Yeah.
big-headed. I am royalty, and I must be treated as such. Yeah.
So usually I wait till later on in the podcast to do this segment, but since you're here, I figure I may as well do it
Sure.
earlier this time.
Cool.
Which is I like to go on my YouTube channel, my Wolfram Madness YouTube channel,
Oh,
and
yeah.
take some of the comments from my
Oh.
videos from the previous week and, just respond to them and whatnot. And maybe since you're here, you can give a little insight on them.
Sure.
Okay, so because I'm very professional and have all the comments prepared, I'm so not looking right now at
You're just loading up the page, the page with all the comments that are prepared on it. I mean,
So I actually made a video about my thoughts on Solo Extract, which I was a bit surprised to see that a lot of people didn't know that Solo Extract was a thing now in the game.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was added with Hildren, I think. Oh my gosh, there's been so many updates, I've lost track.
Yeah, I believe it was added with Hildren, which us
Mm-hmm.
on console got it like about a week and a half after PC. I was actually
Yeah.
very impressed by that.
Real quick. And
Yeah.
I know the PC Eidolon remaster, they're like baring their teeth to get that cert build out already too. It's
Okay.
real quick. Anyway, we're talking about soul extraction.
Oh,
Not a
yeah.
lot of people know about it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, my first question is, what is your opinion on solo extraction?
I love soul extraction. I never really played excavation missions because I felt like it's kind of difficult unless you pre-make your squad, right? Like I
Yeah.
play 99% pubs or pugs. Like I just public matchmaking, I roll the dice, let's see what happens. So excavation is always difficult at times to make sure that everyone's on the same page because some people need a lot of cryotic. Some people just want to do like 2 of the excavators and get out of there. So having more freedom to just be in there and be like, all right, I've got what I need. I'll build my Akenbrunt or whatever it is that I need my cryotic for, and then I can leave and not worry about ruining the days of other people. You know what I mean? So I personally love it a lot.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and I feel the same way. I mean, I'll admit I don't know if post-migration is as much a problem on PC. Taylor plays mostly PC, I believe, right?
Yes. PC and Switch.
Okay. But host migration can be a problem sometime on console. But I think I rather take the host migration with the option to solo extract than no host migration and no solo extract, because people are gonna leave anyway. Then you get host migration anyway. So at least this way you get to keep your stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I think that I'm not quite sure how the backend works for host migrations, but if host migrations are a negative impact, instead of not having soul extraction, we can look into ways into making host migrations have less of an impact on people, right? Like they shouldn't cancel each other out. It should be like constant bettering of things versus not doing a quality of life change because of another factor. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Does that make
yeah,
sense?
yeah, and hopefully that does happen.
Yeah,
Hopefully that does happen.
for sure.
Now, oh yeah, before I ask my next comment, yes, ask my next comment. It sounded weird in my head, but yeah.
It's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. Work through.
Before I do that, I do want to point out that a lot of you and a lot of other DE staff do actually play Warframe, correct?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of us do.
I ask that because when I first became a partner and got to know DE and everything, I was shocked at the fact that you guys do actually play your own game.
I mean, why wouldn't we?
But there's a
It's
lot
fun.
of developers out there who it's just, cut and dry, don't really play their own game and whatnot. Some of them don't have time to, admittedly, with
That's
one
true.
game to the next.
I'm sure that a lot more developers do than you realize, and I think maybe a lot of them don't do it as publicly as we do, right? Because when you go into a mission with a DE tag, there's an extra level of expectation of like you have to be somewhat professional and respectable. You can't just be like yourself in sweatpants on a Saturday morning who's been up all night playing video games. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
a little bit of extra expectation when you have the DE tag in game. So I know there are staff members who play privately, I guess, or undercover. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they just don't broadcast the fact that they work on the game. And there's also like our QA team, for example, they play the game all the time, but they play it on the test cluster or in our development builds or whatever it is, where we don't necessarily interact with players, but we're still in the game all the time. Right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And
And I'm sure that applies to a lot of other developers too.
Okay. Okay. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question is about Nightwave.
Oh, yeah. Hello, dreamers.
I
Oh my
actually tried
gosh.
to start a podcast like that one time. Did not go very well, but
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So my first podcast, official episode 1, was actually on Nightwave. I liked the bounties or acts. I call them bounties because that's what they are, bounties. But
sure.
acts, whatever. Okay, so I liked the idea of them,
Mhm.
but the more I got to play Nightwave, I did not. It's a good system, but I never have found it a good substitute for alerts, only because it
Mm,
seems hard to get whoop credits to me.
okay.
I like to try to think of stuff from new player point of view too, and not just 3+ years that I've been playing.
For sure.
Hell yeah. And DE, actually, I'm very happy at the fact that, DE, you guys are actually looking into actual feedback to make the second season or
Series.
series
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, I can totally see the criticism of that, and I've definitely seen feedback that comments on how if you're a new player who needs an Itane, for example. I was in a mission yesterday with someone who was playing a defense mission. It was like, how do I get an Itane? And we are like, oh, the night waves launched, so you need to level up and complete the challenges or the bounties or the acts, or whatever you want to call them, and then you need to get to rank 3, and then you'll get 50 wolf credits, and you'll be able to buy, I guess, 3 bundles of Nitane for that much, which is 15 Nitane, which is crazy. And they didn't know that, right?
Yeah.
And making it more accessible for newer players is absolutely the key and the goal, because that's why we removed alerts in the first place, because it was sleep or get your Nitane, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Now I have a suggestion. It's probably not
Ooh.
going to fly or anything. You'll probably have people whispering in your ear all the time, giving weird suggestions. But okay, so my suggestion would be, what if instead of like every 3 or how many ever rewards, just
Mhm.
it was less with credits, but offered some with every reward.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, it wouldn't be 50, of course. It would be a bit less because you don't want them to have unlimited. It's not Christmas. But, but just like some, maybe 10, 15, with each level. That way, new players feel like they don't have to get all the way to level 30. Or new players, I'm also worried about new players just joining in for the first
Mm,
time. There's no way,
midway, yeah.
yeah, for them to reach barely rank 3, let alone rank 30.
Oh, for sure. I think I personally haven't been part of the Nightwave discussions. That's been another part of our team and the development team in general. But I know that there's a lot of discussion and feedback gathering and just overall reshaping and changing of the program. I guess the Nightwave program or feature, whatever you want to call it, um, with the feedback in mind. I don't know what our plans are, but I know that we definitely are aware of certain sore spots or obstacles, especially for newer players, for people who went on vacation to Europe for 3 weeks and then came back and we're like, oh, I guess I have to work even harder to get the fancy armor or the umbral form or whatever it is. So I think, well, I know that we're looking into feedback, and hopefully when series 2 releases, it will iron out and address a lot of the concerns. But I personally, outside of all that, as someone who is, I think, MR 25 now and who plays the game all the time, I love Nightwave, but I definitely know that it's more difficult if you're a newer player or if you're someone who isn't able to play like every single day like I am.
Okay, that's actually one of the things I've always liked about you guys at DE, always listening to actual feedback.
Oh,
No,
that's so sweet. Thank you.
you're welcome. Because, and I mean actual feedback. I don't mean like, people who go on the forums and just type real loud, change this. Okay, but why? No, change it. Okay, but no, change it. Yeah.
Yeah. Being able to structure your feedback or even just like your argument in a respectful, constructive way goes so far in life in general, whether it's offering feedback on the forums to a developer or working through like concerns with your boss. Like being able to understand that the way that you say things to people has an impact on how it is received, right?
Yeah.
Is super important as just a person living your life. And the amount of Tenno that we have who spend so much time writing these beautiful, constructive, thorough forum posts or Reddit posts or YouTube videos like you do, is like honestly a gift, because it's come to a point now of we have so much feedback, so much amazing feedback, like, and only so many hours in the day to read it all and to understand it all and to to get a feel for what the community wants. And that's like such a blessed burden to have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To have so many people care about your game so much that you're like, I can't read it all. Like it's pretty great.
Just
But
trying to read each letter with like a big smile on your face.
yeah.
Hey, maybe
Like,
you
all right,
can
I
make.
got 30 seconds to get through this. No, I'm just kidding. We don't do stuff like that. But it's crazy. But if anyone does have feedback on Nightwave or whatever, like the forums, honestly,
Oh,
we
I'm
go there so much.
positive a few people watching this might have a few things to say. Considering my most
Yeah.
listened to podcast episode is actually just called Nightwave.
Oh yeah.
It's a long feedback type, ranty type session. Okay, because the main reason I created podcast
Mm.
originally was because, I wanted an extra outlet so I'm not spamming people with inbox messages like every 5 minutes whenever I have a new thought. So, yeah.
It's cool though. I mean, it's awesome to see you use so many different platforms. Like you have your Twitch streams, and then you
Yeah.
have your Warframe Madness, and then you have like Vamp plays too, right? And then now you
Yeah.
have a podcast. Like,
Yeah.
how do you do it all, man?
Very
I go home from work
carefully.
and I just watch Netflix, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I've been my productive person for the day. See you later.
Whenever I watch Netflix, I'm always like, I'm being so lazy. I gotta do something.
I'm the opposite. I'm being so lazy. This is fantastic.
I, I'm actually, when it comes to feedback, I feel like I am very lucky in the sense that, okay, I'm a Wolfram partner, so I make
Mhm,
videos regularly.
mhm,
So, and even people listening to this podcast, it kind of gives me an avenue to express my feeling, concerns, get feedback from my community and the Wolfram community as a whole. And
mhm.
in addition to that, since I am a Wolfram partner, in my mind it automatically clicks, oh, you guys say this in a professional way, professional manner.
Mm.
So, it's like one of the things that it's like it molded me into being super professional about stuff, which is very good because no one's going to listen to you if you're just, I was going to say a raving lunatic, but have you seen my streams?
Those are the two ends of the spectrum. You're either professional or you're a raving lunatic. That's it. That's cool though. Yeah, it's cool to see people speak professionally, I guess. Like it's interesting to be able to kind of look at something that you love, Warframe, I hope.
Yeah.
Be able to kind of step away from your emotions and then talk about your feelings or like your thoughts about it, but in a way that's like not super emotional, which is cool. And then, of course, as a partner, or like if you're a clan leader, or if you have a Discord that you run, like, and you talk to people about Warframe all the time, you're a sponge for everyone else's feedback, right? And you kind of have the community's thoughts with you. So when you say things, then you're also kind of sharing a little bit of the community in your thoughts too, right? Like you could have an opinion, and then Joe Schmo 68 comments on your video and is like, actually, I disagree with you. And you're like, you know what? That guy's right. I'm wrong. And then that changes your opinion and the feedback that you give to us or you include in your videos or whatever. It's cool. I think like the online discourse part of feedback, especially if you're a content creator with YouTube and all that stuff, is just insane at how information kind of goes in loops.
Yep.
Loops.
I can just imagine, like, I don't know how many of you are actually at DE. I don't know how big the company is, but I can just assume 20 to 30 of you just scouring the internet for all the comments. Oh, we have another one. Nope, we gotta throw that one out.
We do get a lot of our team, like GE in general, they'll reference forum posts, sometimes Reddit posts, sometimes YouTube videos in their feedback about things, or like when they're discussing things, they draw from the community all the time, even without like the community team's involvement of it. Like they do it by themselves. So honestly, we're people, and if you're sending feedback into the world, just be mindful that like if you leave feedback, then a person could be reading it, a person with feelings who just wants their game to be even better and who loves what the community does with it. And, just keep that in mind.
That is a very good thing to keep in mind, because I feel like when writing stuff, sometimes it loses that sort of feeling that, oh, there's someone else that will most likely read this feedback.
Yeah. It's like when you're sending a text to someone and like you send it to the wrong person or whatever, and like you accidentally are a little too blunt or something, and then it's you know what I mean? I can't even think of the example, but
They're like, I don't think I remember you, but my feelings are still hurt. That was way too harsh, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of the DE tag on your name, I know we're circling back here, but that's kind of what I do. I jump around and whatnot. You mentioned that you play public games a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you play on public, do you ever have like either A, people see your DE staff, so they expect you to do everything in the mission for them, to carry them through, or B, they see your DE staff, so the mission just doesn't happen. They're just talking to you forever.
I actually have never had either of those experiences. Like, usually, if people recognize who I am, they're like, "Oh, hey, you're DE person," or they actually know who I am from a stream, so they'll know that I'm Taylor. Hello. And a lot of times they're just like, "Hey, it's cool to run with DE." Like, they'll usually count out how many other devs they've been with, which is really cool. To be like, "You're the 5th dev I've ever played with," or something, or they'll comment on how they've never played with a dev before, and then there's about a 50-50 chance of them offering feedback or a bug report, which is totally cool. I appreciate them wanting to, share some info with me, and then usually it just goes normal. Sometimes they'll chat, they'll ask about things, like I've talked to people about anime and like their favorite warframes, or like giving tips on like how to play Gara, for example, because I love Gara and not everyone knows how to play her with her 2 and her 4 and her 1, how it all works together. But honestly, it's mostly just super positive experiences and super fun, and it's just chatting while we continue the mission together.
Okay, okay. Now, right now, I'm gonna kind of put you on the spot right now in the sense that you said Gara,
Mhm.
correct? As in,
Yes.
okay. So you're against Lotus in that pronunciation.
Oh, what? Huh?
So Lotus actually pronounces it Gara. I always pronounce
Yeah.
her as Gara because, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm a big anime person, so
Mm.
yeah. But Lotus actually pronounced it as Gara. As soon as I saw that video, I would like to myself, no, I don't care, it's Gara.
Well, I think like even in the, you know what? I can pronounce things however I want, first of all. Second of all, like I don't necessarily follow pronunciations for everything. Like I think you can pronounce Orokin as Orokin or Orokin.
I
I
pronounce it
mean, like,
Orkin. I always tell Lotus that she's wrong every single time.
that's hilarious. Just in the middle of a conversation, Lotus, you're wrong. Get back
Yeah, I'll
to
just
back on
be
topic.
talking while I'm streaming. Lotus comes up with I'm like, no, you're wrong. And just go back to talking.
But yeah, I mean, like, for 4 letters, you can pronounce it however you want, right? It's fine. Lotus can pronounce it her own way. She's a sentient spoilers, I guess.
Now,
Sorry, it's like been 3 years, so
I'm actually surprised she did pronounce it that way.
yeah.
Since Rebecca, for those of you guys that don't know, Rebecca's the voice of the Lotus, D.E. Rebecca. She actually is a big anime fan herself. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. The Lotus just says things how she wants to. So, and she knows better than all of us, but I don't have to do what mom says all the time. So I'm gonna
I'm
pronounce it
sure
Kara.
she does know better than all of us.
Mom always knows best. Oh.
Speaking of anime, you said you liked anime. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What I know that isn't particularly Wolfram related. I mean,
Okay.
if you want, I can try to circle
Nah.
around to how it could be, but what are your favorite animes?
I really like Kill la Kill, and One Punch Man, which I'm super excited for season 2. I haven't watched the first episode yet. I think it's only available in Europe, and my heart is breaking. I also really like Death Note, although I wish it ended differently.
Okay. Hey, as long as it didn't end like the live action movie.
There is no live action movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm supposing I say that no Dragon Ball live action movie either.
That was a great movie. I loved that when I was like 13 years old. But I also loved Spider-Man 3 when I was 13 years old, so I just have questionable taste.
Yeah. I was just going to say, yeah, I don't know if you can be trusted at that age.
No. I have since matured and grown in my media taste, thankfully. But still liked it 10 plus years ago. So
Okay,
I don't even know if it was out 10 years ago. It could be a totally different timeline.
Let's see if you have grown. Minions, yay or nay?
No, thank you.
Okay, yes, you have grown. You passed the test.
I passed the test. Yay! How about you? What animes do you like?
Okay, my favorite anime is probably Overlord. Guys say Overlord. Yeah.
I've heard really good things about that.
Yeah, it is really good. One Punch Man, I am very excited about season 2. Haven't watched the first episode yet though. I am definitely gonna watch it because, okay, so I prefer for most things subbed, overdubbed for a
Yes,
particular reason.
absolutely.
I'm not like one of those super hardcore fans. Dubbed can get out of here now. I think it's because of the fact that subbed always comes out first, and I've been watching subbed for years, so it comes at no real hard work to read the subtitles or anything. At this point, whenever I finish watching an anime, it's gotten so natural to me that I have to be like, was that dubbed or subbed?
See, I like subs. This is a pretty silly reason, but it like actually forces me to pay attention at all times, because with like if I watch The Office or other like Western media where they just speak English, like
Yeah.
50-50, I'll be on my phone, messing around on Reddit or something and not paying full attention that I should be. So subs, you're laser focused, because if you don't pay attention, like if your eyes aren't on the screen, you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
So
true.
yeah. Plus I like the voice acting. And I feel like depending on the show you watch, like My Hero Academia, like with how intense and shouty they get, like I just like the subs better. I don't know.
Yeah. Now there was this point I was going to make, but I completely forgot. I'm hoping if I talk, I did. It worked. Okay. So Naruto, I watched that dubbed originally, but that was probably the first time I had switched to a subbed anime. Because Naruto dubbed, I don't know if you've seen dubbed. No offense to our dubbed fans of Naruto, but he is very annoying dubbed.
I haven't actually seen Naruto, I'm sorry to say.
What? You haven't?
I know. I watched Inuyasha and like
Inuyasha. Okay, I can forgive you for the Naruto thing. Yeah.
And Sailor Moon and stuff, but I never watched Naruto, unfortunately. But I know what you mean about annoying voices, because in Sailor Moon, at some point in, I think it was like the 5th or 6th season, they changed her dubbed voice actress, and I could not watch it anymore. I just couldn't do it.
It annoys me whenever they do that. It's just like Blue Dragon. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Not many people have, probably.
I have not, no.
Watch, I'd say that, but probably a bunch of people are yelling at me right now on the podcast.
I thought you were making a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. I was like, Blue Eyes White Dragon? Oh,
no,
yeah, okay, sure.
No, it's an actual anime called Blue Dragon about kids with shadow dragon powers. And
ooh,
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it even came out with a game on Xbox 360.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. I never played the game, never really played Xbox much, but yeah.
Yeah, you're a PS4 guy. I can see that.
Yep.
Yep.
Now, what were you going to say?
Oh, you were bringing up Blue Dragon because they changed the voice actor or something? Is that what happened?
Yeah, they did. Not only voice actor, but they changed the name around for the 2nd season. It's like there were two main female characters, right? They both were different, but they looked kind of similar. They played the same support character role, basically. Well, in the 2nd season, what had happened is they not only mixed the names up, but also gave a whole different voice actor than either one of them. So, I mean, it annoyed me so much I quit watching it altogether.
Yeah, that's really confusing. I don't know why. Like, who decided that, I guess? That's, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay, but I guess we should get back to open. Okay. So, the reason I asked that question is because I actually had that issue only one time. It was kind of annoying, but it still happened. Okay, so people saw I was a Wolfram partner because I play on
Mm.
public a lot.
Uh-huh.
Um, so they basically made me complete the whole mission by myself. Just,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
it was annoying. I had to complete it at the time for some reason, probably something that wasn't as important as I thought it was. But at the time, I'm pretty sure I thought it was very important. So that's why I didn't leave. I did the mission, I finished it. And what's the bar? It's not like I could get any congratulations, you did it, because they'll be like, oh, you're a partner, you gotta do at least that much. We expect that much from you at least. It's
Oh
like,
my
what?
gosh.
I
That's so upsetting. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, luckily it doesn't happen a lot. More
Yeah.
often than not, someone will recognize me though, and that makes me happy whenever someone recognizes me.
Oh, that's so
You
fun.
know?
Especially you don't have like
Yeah.
a DE tag or anything. It's just they gotta know who you are.
Yep.
That's awesome. I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool too.
Do you ever get people asking about like streamer luck or whatever? Because I swear to God.
Actually, I get people commenting, joking around, and stuff about that all the time. It all started from the time I first got Ivara. Because
Yes.
Ivara was before I joined the partner program. So,
Mm.
yeah, that's how old I am. Naros was my first official partner friend.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Yeah, man, that was a long time ago. That was
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah, Drew was still head in the partner program.
That's funny. You started like in the partner program around the same time I started working at DE, actually. That's crazy.
Ah,
Because
okay.
Anaros was the first Warframe that was released while I was there, which is
Ah,
cool.
okay. Okay. Because, see, it took me about an hour to get Ivara and all of her parts.
Oh my
And
goodness.
people were like, streamer luck, rigged, hacking the game.
I just got Ibarra and I've been playing for 2 years. So I had really bad luck.
No.
But like people, you'll play with them, and then you'll get one gold part in a relic, and they'll be like, "Oh, DE luck," and you're like, "Yeah, you didn't see the other 10 times when I was. Where were you? Like 10 missions ago?" But yeah, or the wolf. The wolf has showed up so much recently for me, and it's always been when I've been leveling up my weapons, so I've had nothing to fight him with, and people are like, "Oh, DE luck," and it's like he's just bullying me because I don't have any gear to kill him, and I'm using all of my ammo restores,
I'll be
which
honest,
is
I use exclusively these days a Naros and a powerful weapon that always gets equipped to my secondary, just in case on the off chance the wolf does appear.
that's so smart. I've been taking a Rubico with me, and my like the Gravimag is honestly a lifesaver because if he's causing trouble and like if I'm leveling up weapons and I'm not paying attention, I just pull it out. And at least like you can do a solid chunk of damage while you have ammo for it and then be able to chip away at him again. But like
Yeah.
the
He,
tankiness is real.
he's very tanky.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think we on console have got that update with him yet, so he's even tankier on console still.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
in the Plains remaster. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Damn.
So, I mean, basically, I have to be a Norris,
Yeah.
otherwise everyone dies. Because unlike the Stalker, he doesn't go away until everyone dies in
Mm-hmm.
the group. He can't
But
kill a Norris, though, so... Huh.
no one can kill Inara. No one. Not even you. I don't know.
Actually, any ideas, speaking of Anora, do you have any ideas of what maybe you think DE might do for Anora's Prime?
I have no idea.
I mean,
I hope they make him look like a sarcophagus. That'd be
just,
cool. Because
just,
like it goes with the prime idea, right?
Wait, so
Um,
if they make him look like a sarcophagus, when he dies, he would just
then
look
he'll
the
turn into regular
same?
Inaros. No,
Like,
it ages.
what? So, okay.
I don't know, man.
So he
I don't
looks
know.
like a sarcophagus, but then when
Yes.
he dies, he becomes like a zombie
Yeah.
mummy Naros.
Yes. That's it.
Okay, why
Or
not?
or he turns into like a little urn or whatever. I don't know. I don't.
I like the idea of a little urn. I really do. I like the idea so much.
Your Inaros goes down. It's like, where is he? I can't see him. He's tiny. It's just this little tiny little jar. But yeah, I don't
And
know.
because of the fact, because it is coming up, and according to the lore so far, every frame gets a prime, and Anaris is coming up because the next two orders are male for now, because you guys are releasing a lot more female frames these days. So eventually the male, female prime order is going to get a bit messed up there.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
But
Because it went Garuda, Baruch, and then Hilderin.
yeah, and then Wisp and the third unreleased frame. I know what you're saying. Vamp, do you have secret information? What third frame? No,
No, they
no,
talked about it
Steve
on a dev
talked
stream.
about it briefly on a dev stream. No one
Yeah, and he
remembers it
talked
now.
about it a little bit in the interview with Gami. They mentioned one thing. I'm not gonna mention it here, but yeah, I'm excited for that one. That one's really cool. Tiny, itty bitty little detail. But yeah, that's true. I never thought about the change of order. I have no idea what frame is next, but I just know
Right, you
May.
have no order, no
I have
clue. Wink, wink.
no
I'm
insider
just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. Okay, see, because a common misconception is that everyone at DE knows everything about everything,
Oh my goodness.
and they're just
It's
hiding it off from us.
no, it's like a 6-year-old game with 6 years of content and then like a million things that we're working on all at once. And like there's just no time in the day to be a sponge to absorb everything unless you're like Steve or like Rebecca or Sheldon, whose job it is, to kind of understand the whole of Warframe, right? But for most part, like I know really well the Tenogen program, the partner program, and kind of general goings on in the community. Megan, like, she knows everything that goes into patches because she writes the patch notes, right? And so she is super in tune with like what's going on behind the scenes and kind of the little minutia of the updates. And then like Danielle, she does the console stuff and she does some other amazing things. So it's all just kind of like piecemeal to make like one giant whole, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a lot to learn, especially after 6 years, right? Because it's not only you got to be aware of all the stuff that's working on, you've also got to be aware of everything that came before it. Everything. There's so much. It's always a case of like if something gets changed, like I think this went live. Let me just really quickly check before I say anything. Oh yeah, no, I did. The arcane changes, right? Where I think that'll be coming in the PC remaster for you, the Planes remaster for you
Oh,
guys.
you mean where all the blueprints became
Are built, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's a moment of like, okay, so these are all the arcanes that you can see in the store. It's like, oh wait, but like what about the ones that come with Nakok and like all of this stuff? Like it's keeping track of all the different timed releases and different nuances of the game that has lived for 6 years, right?
Which,
So
I'll be honest, that ruined one of my videos. It's a good change, but the change ruined one of my...
no.
Because I like to do a segment called Vamp Ruins Everything, right? It's off of, I don't know
The
if
Adam?
you...
The
Yeah,
Adam ruins
Adam
everything?
Ruins
Oh,
Everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those are great.
So I like to do little stuff. Like I believe one of my first episodes was that, Sentinel and Sentinel mods, like one or two mods could replace a whole arcane or two that everyone thought was worth like millions of platinum, ridiculous amounts of platinum.
Yeah.
But most recently, I don't do these segments every now and then. This was maybe a month or so back. I did a video on playing arcanes because the Plains of Eidolon was literally the only place where you had to actually build your own arcanes. No
Yeah.
other arcanes in the game worked that way.
Oh my god. Maybe you caused it. I don't know where the change came from. Maybe you ruined yourself. You played you played yourself. I don't know. That's funny though. Oh man.
Oh
It's
yeah.
definitely a case of like I will get messages from people when we release new weapons or whatever. It's like, are you changing this? Can I make a video about this? It's like, dude, I don't have any news for you. Like, go see if we've talked about it on the forums or something. I don't have any insider info I can offer you. I'm just like, can I make a video now? You're like, guy, stop asking me.
They released a video 5 minutes later. Hotfix
Yeah.
inbound. We'll change it. Taylor!
We've completely redone this Warframes kit, and there you go. Yeah. It's always funny. Or like people will release a video like what you said. They'll make a video about kind of older content, like kind of revisiting it or talking about it, or you know, whatever they want to do, and then like literally we've already made changes to that internally, and like the update that's coming out tomorrow like completely negates the video that they just made. You're like, well, sorry, dude.
Now
Just really bad timing. I guess we're all like kind of in sync. Like we have some telekinetic link that we're not always aware of because we're thinking about the same thing at the same time. It just didn't line up well. Which is cool.
Now,
Yeah.
speaking of Megan, this was a while ago. I told you I circle around a lot in this podcast.
Oh,
Actually, funny thing is I talk like this in real life too. So unless you know me very well, you're like, why is he jumping around so much?
It's nice though, because sometimes you'll like be having a conversation with someone and then they say something and you want to like say something about it and you're waiting for them to like have a pause and finish their thought and they just like keep going and change the subject and you're like, damn it, like I could have contributed. Anyway, Megan. We're talking about
Yeah, Megan. Okay, so during that whole drop monster thing, it wouldn't work for me at first. So, Megan actually came into my stream to help me fix it.
Oh my god, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it is. It was. She was able to help me fix it. Everything worked fine and dandy. And then, afterwards I asked her how she was, and I said, bye as she was leaving. She said bye back. And then hardly anyone in my chat said something while she was there. I get the realization didn't hit till like a little bit after, because then they were like, oh my god, was that DE Megan?
That's so funny. Oh man. Yeah, no, I love it when people are like, all right, chat, behave. They're looking at us right now. We can't be vagrants or whatever. And you're like, buddy, we know, like we've been here for like 15 minutes. We're fully aware of what was going on. You don't need to pretend. That's so funny. Oh man.
It also reminds me of the time that someone was telling me about an exploit they found in the game, right? And then I had said, ooh, I'm telling DE as a joke. Then they said, I said, relax, dude, I'm just joking. It's not like I play game with DE. Later on that day, we were doing a charity event. So Drew asked me, hey, do you want to team up for a charity event? I was like, oh, okay, so I guess I do play with DE.
You play with like Danielle during her PS4 streams at times. You've been on there quite a bit.
Yeah, but this was the very first time I ever played with DE.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was like the very first time. It was a charity event. Me, Drew, and King Kachi, I believe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Kachi. Kachi's great.
Kachi actually, he's way better at parkour than me and Drew combined.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Drew actually technically won the little game thing we were playing.
Mm.
I forget what the technicality was, but it was on a technicality. It was.
It seems so fitting. Honestly, it's fantastic. In the best way. Finding a loophole and winning. Yeah, I love that. That's great.
Now, I know this is okay. So far, this episode is like double the length of any other episode,
Oops.
but I do have something else to ask. It's something that Rebecca and Megan said on a primetime episode.
Oh.
They mentioned that you like to tease them a lot.
What? No.
Yeah, they said it. Yeah.
I think like what it is I have a very specific kind of sense of humor. So like I think it's really funny like poking fun at myself and like other people. And so like I know for top 10 comments, for example, I would pick like a lot of them because I thought it was hilarious. And I think they thought I was trying to tease them. So I've made changes to, you know, avoid like overly poking fun comments, but it's definitely I come from a very trolly family. Like it runs in the family, let me tell you. Like we all
Okay.
just kind of mess with each other. So I think that's what it comes from.
Oh.
But I did dress up as Megan, dressed up as Minetta for Halloween. So there's that.
Okay. Okay. You know, you better be careful with that trolliness, or else they might start calling Taylor with an E and just Troll Taylor.
I love it. That'd be fun. I'm okay with that. Totally fine. Totally fine. Yeah. No, even like I think Danielle got me a Starbucks, for example, and she wrote Troll Queen on the top of my cup. And I'm like, God damn it. I guess this has gone beyond my control now. There's no going back, unfortunately.
You're like, really, guys? It's King.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, well, I think I am going to end the podcast here, guys. Do you have any final words for the people at home or work or wherever they are?
No, thanks for listening. Thanks for having me, Vamp. This was a ton of fun. Send me anime recommendations on Twitter, please.
Okay.
The underscore TAY King. Do it. I need to watch more anime. Make use of my Crunchyroll subscription that I have not used for far too long.
Speaking of Crunchyroll, isn't the first episode of One Punch Man Season 2 on Crunchyroll?
I think it's only in Europe. And then I think in America it's on Hulu, and in Canada, you know, nowhere. So.
Oh wait,
Canada.
So Crunchyroll does the same thing Netflix does then, as far as because the Netflix lineup for what you guys have in Canada is way different than what I have.
Oh, it's so different. Yeah. No, it's totally different. I have to leave my phone on airplane mode to watch certain shows or whatever, so that they don't know that I'm in the US. Don't tell Netflix that.
Well, unfortunately, you'll be surprised one day Netflix is like,
no,
we know that we watched the podcast one time.
No. It's okay. It's not my account, so.
Loophole.
Loophole. No, it's fine. It's a friend's account. We share it. It's okay. Totally fine. Anyway.
Okay, yep, 100%. No gray area. Nothing to see.
No. Anyway.
But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it's so long, literally like double the size of my other podcast. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to me and D.E. Taylor. I'm sure I didn't get to all of you guys' questions because I kind of forgot to advertise a lot that this was happening. But next time, next time. Okay.
Next time. Yeah. Anyway, bye guys. Thanks again, Vamp.
Later, guys.